So, we're gonna talk a little about everyone's favorite show on Netflix.
Your book is
Terrace
so
House.
close to the camera. For everybody listening, Kyle has his book in front of the camera. I can barely see him.
Don't worry, you don't need to see me. You just need to hear me. So, Terrace House, we're going to be talking about episode number, wait for it,
34.
34. All right, thanks, Brandon.
I think so. Actually, I might be wrong. But the episode's called Monster in the Hallway. I don't know if it's 34 or not.
You are wrong. It is Terrace House, episode number 35.
35.
You're
One
so
episode too slow.
close.
So
Yeah.
close. I tried. My memory is not so good anymore.
Oh, wow. You're getting old.
Monster in the Hallway. I was curious what this episode might be about when I saw that title.
Yeah. I was wondering if a monster would show up. And I
Me
guess
too.
he already has. Without going any farther, if you have not seen episode 35, you should maybe stop right now and watch it.
And when we say maybe, definitely stop and watch it unless you don't mind listening to what's going to happen.
Yes, because there will be spoilers. Netabare is coming soon, so...
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. All right, so first of all, the show starts with a review of the last episode, where it shows the new guy in the house, Shacho.
Yep.
Toshiyuki, is that his name?
I think so. I just call him Shacho, but
Yeah, Shacho. Such a Japanese nickname.
I know.
Hey, President. Doesn't have the same ring. So Shacho is talking about doing kabedon to girls.
Oh, jeez.
So on that topic, what do you think about kabedon? Have you ever done it?
Actually, how I learned about it was I did it by mistake on the SkyTrain here in Vancouver.
Whoa.
And I was just with my friends, like 5 or 6 of us on the train. And the train kind of like shook, and I put my arm out to stop myself. And the girl right in front of me was like, "Oh, kabedon," and I was like, "What? What is that? Why are you speaking Japanese to me right now?"
Wow,
So
you
weird.
kabedon someone on the train?
I did. It was my friend, and yeah, she seemed like so like impressed with me, but I just didn't want to fall over.
I see.
But then she explained it to me, and I was like, "Okay, that's kind of an interesting cultural thing."
Yeah, I see.
But no, I've never actually tried it in the real sense, I guess.
I think in Canada, if you did something like that, it would be considered sexual harassment.
Maybe. You probably end up with a knee somewhere you wouldn't want it to be.
Yes, I think so. There'd be some kind of like there's some creep. Get away from me.
Yeah, there'd be repercussions for sure.
I think so. But anyway, going along with his Shacho's weird behavior. It also talked about his Kansetsu kiss. And if you don't know, Kansetsu kiss, for any English listeners out there, it is drinking from something that someone else has already drank from. So it's like an indirect kiss, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we could say that. Nobody ever talks about that, but
Yeah, it's...
again, back to elementary school.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, so he reached across the table the first time, grabbed her beer, took a sip, and I thought like, oh, okay, I guess he just wants some more alcohol. Because he drank pretty fast, actually, right? And then he reached across the table and grabbed her beer again, and of course they zoomed in on it. And I also thought like, okay, maybe he'll pour himself some beer, but he took another sip and put it back again. And the third time I really felt like, what the heck? What is he doing? Like, if he wants some beer, either go get one from the fridge, pour it in your glass, or ask her if you can just have the rest of it. It started getting really creepy.
So, last time we talked about the fact that you don't watch the commentary typically. Did you
Right.
watch it that time or no?
I watched the first maybe minute or two of the commentary. So I noticed that they said that, or May said that she loved him, and then I skipped the rest of it. And
because like in the commentary section, they
Yeah.
showed the 3 times that he drank from the bottle.
yeah.
The last time when everyone else was around,
Mm-hmm.
and the first 2 times when it was just the 2 of them, he like really like
Oh, yeah. I
went
noticed
all
that.
in on that. And then when everyone else was there, it was just like barely touching his bottom lip. And
So
he
that was
drank.
the weirdest time. The first 2 times I thought he was drinking
Mhm.
like a normal person, and then the last time he looked
Mhm.
like a weirdo. And it was also the weird time. Why would you drink it 3 times from the same bottle without asking anything?
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, I think it just all means that he's a weirdo.
yeah. That's just
But
the beginning of the episode.
right. So is there anything near the beginning otherwise that caught your eye or that you wanted to talk about or?
Yeah, right. So he's there in the morning. She comes out, and she says she has to hurry off to work. And then he says, "Oh, can you stay for some tea?" And she's like, yeah, okay."
I only have 5 minutes, but
Yeah. And then he like forces tea on her, and she has to like chug it.
chug
And then
hot tea. Yeah.
Yeah, but he does set up a date, so his plan kind of worked, and she seemed surprisingly excited about it.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I don't know if she's a really good actress or if she just has no idea that he's a weirdo.
Yeah,
It's one or the other.
that's the thing I was wondering about. I don't know, like it's kind of early, but I don't know if she's just really into his maybe status and money and is overlooking the other stuff because of that, or if she's just kind of into him strangely.
Maybe.
But
Like, jumping forward a bit, she does talk to the other people about, or is it the night before, about her ex-boyfriend, and it's just a regular friend that suddenly kind of grabbed her and kissed her, and then she decided she liked him after that.
Mhm.
So maybe she just is kind of oblivious to the fact that she's interested in people until it happens. It's possible.
Anything's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Okay. I guess after that, Kai did another stand-up gig.
Yep.
So what did you think about his stand-up and compared to the last one?
If I compare it to the last one, it is so good.
Okay, how about if you don't compare it to the last one?
It needs a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
So, actually, it had a really good start to it, I thought. The premium, the joke about premium and things are not premium, just charge extra money or something. I was really excited to see where he's going with it, and it wasn't really funny on the way. And then it ended. And he didn't ever get to in Japanese, you'd say ochi, right?
Right, no punchline.
Yeah, he had no punchline to his whole joke. It just ended suddenly. Like, what?
Mhm.
What about the introduction? What happened to
Yeah,
it?
it seemed like, I don't know, but it seemed like he was trying to go for something and then he just
Yeah.
kind of abandoned it halfway through. Maybe he was
Mhm.
nervous and like, oh, I better go to the next thing. I don't know.
You know, I spend a lot of time helping students with writing, like writing essays and like IELTS questions and answers and stuff. And whenever you're doing like a presentation or like telling a joke, having a hook and hooking in your audience at the beginning is what you need to do, right?
Sure.
And he had a really good hook.
Uh-huh.
He talks about the premium strawberry parfait or whatever, and then he changed topics right away. So like hooked you in, and you're like, oh, he's gonna segue back to this and then bring it all together. It's gonna be awesome, and then it just kind of tapers out and disappears and
True.
kind of falls flat on his face. But it's so much better than the previous one.
Yes, definitely. I did feel kind of bad for him, or like felt nervous for him, seeing
also.
the people in the crowd. I mean, it was a very
Yeah.
sparse crowd, but the guy's just like, as he's doing the start of his stand-up, he's just like on his phone, like scrolling.
Yeah,
And I was just like, oh my God, that would be so terrifying.
yeah.
And yeah. But yeah, he still has a long way to go, I think. But
He's getting there.
He's getting somewhere. Yeah. So
Hmm.
I encourage him or anyone to fail, because you're never going to be successful unless you fail many times. So
Agreed.
yeah, I don't want to be too hard on him, but Is there anything before the last big thing that happens in your mind, or
Yeah. So what is the last thing? Can you give me a little hint of what you're thinking about?
the title of the
Oh,
episode?
wait a minute. No, okay. All right, yeah, there's a couple things before that. So when they kind of make their plan, oh, this is after. Okay, so Vivi and Rio, they're done.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we kind of wanted to go back to that a little bit because he said that he's going to be tired after his basketball game, and he also like kind of mentioned that he doesn't want the cameras around.
Right.
And like I almost feel bad for him because it's very possible his coach was like, no more cameras. I don't know, but no more cameras. I don't want you on TV anymore.
Right.
We're going to cut you from the team.
Right.
So
Vivi's thinking
like,
that
I don't
it's
know.
his decision that he is not going to go on camera even, or like his decision to not go on camera again means his feelings are not that strong.
Maybe.
But
and it might be true.
it could be
It's
true. It could be
possible.
true. But
Yeah.
yeah, like it could be that it's not really his decision and his boss is like, no more cameras. But
Yeah, like if the coach is like, if you're on camera again, we're going to cut you, and please don't tell anybody. That puts him in pretty tough place. So
yeah.
again, just speculation, but
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
But
And talking about Vivi,
Uh-huh.
there was one other really, really sexy scene with Shacho blowing in her ear.
oh, was that sexy? My favorite thing about that scene was that he kept trying to get everyone to play this silly
Yeah.
game, and then like 4 people just left to go talking because they're like, screw this game, I don't care. And he he just looked so bothered by it. It was pretty funny.
I think if he hadn't stacked the deck and if he had explained the rules previously, they might have been interested in playing. Maybe. Because it might be fun. But like having no explanation, just like, oh, here's a card, don't look at it. And then afterwards, like, oh, I won. Seemed very suspicious.
Yeah.
So, well, you might say he played his cards wrong.
Ooh, that was very good. Might not.
But yeah, so just after that, after he kind of like played his cards wrong, Shion asked Yume to go into the room, right?
Right.
Which led to the name of the episode.
Yes.
So, what do you think about those two?
You mean Shion and Yume?
Shion and Yume, yeah.
I don't know. Shion still pretty new. I mean, I don't have much of an impression of him yet. He seems kind of soft-spoken, kind of quiet.
Yeah.
He seems like an okay guy so far.
Yep.
I mean, he kind of surprised me in taking the initiative to like start trying to spend more time with people. So that impressed me.
Yeah. And right in front of everybody also.
Can't be easy. So
Yeah.
And then Shacho strangely decided to just go and eavesdrop.
Yeah.
Sumigiki.
So when he
That's-
first went over there, I thought, like, yeah, maybe he wants to go like check really quickly and then leave, but he stayed there
For seemingly a long time.
their entire conversation.
Yes. So I wonder how much he was actually able to hear clearly. But maybe he did hear everything.
Maybe.
But just seeing him eavesdrop like that, it was quite creepy.
But yeah, he's got his pockets in his hands, like.
Opposite.
Yeah.
His hands in his pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the last scene of the show. And well, yeah, so after I was assuming he would like go away before they leave the room to not be caught.
Right.
But he just stood there like a boss and like and he's like, "Hi, I was waiting for you."
Yeah.
And then so he's like, "I wanted to talk with you." So she goes in. She didn't really seem that freaked out.
which is weird.
Yes. So I don't know if she's just hiding that or if she's also weird and doesn't mind.
Well, what is her name? Yume, if you're listening to this podcast and and you were not, and you were pretending, you were acting, you need to go find an acting career because you are amazing.
Didn't notice a thing.
Not at all.
No. So I was slightly curious because no one has talked about the scene yet on the commentary.
Yeah.
At least much. So I asked one of my Japanese friends about that scene, and rightly so. My friend was like, "Oh my god, that was gross. That was so creepy." And so it kind of made me realize that, okay, yeah, this is a universal thing. It's creepy in any culture.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's wrong with this guy. But I want to see the next episode even more because he'll probably do something else that's weird.
Right. Actually, so I was talking to one of my friends in Japan who watched the episode as well, and we were talking about the very, very last scene when he started doing sit-ups, because that was so strange.
I forgot about that.
And so I said, what the heck? That is the weirdest thing ever, just doing sit-ups randomly. Yeah, he started doing sit-ups randomly at the end of the episode, right? And I was curious, what she thought about it. So actually, before I tell you what I think about it, I'm curious what you think.
Right. I mean, first of all, just putting your feet under somebody and I'm going to do sit-ups now. It just, I don't know, to me, me imagining a girl's perspective, I would think they would think that's kind of gross and here's my feet and just very obvious. I don't know. So I don't know. It seems kind of strange to me.
So what do you think his purpose was?
To touch her.
Okay.
And
okay, so I was talking to my friend.
Else?
Yes, I think so. So when I was talking to my friend, she also said he probably just wanted to touch her, and then she said that he probably wanted to touch her chest because her chest would be close to his knees, most likely, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't think that's what it is. So I used to go to the gym 5 or 6 times a week, and I worked out in kind of a team, a group, and we used to do that exercise. We'd have somebody sit on a bench, over top of our feet, and put our feet under the bench, and they'd push us back down to kind of improve the sit-up exercise. And sometimes some people would lean too far forward, and their face, every time you do a sit-up, comes really close to your face. And I always felt why is your face so close to my face? So you could, in essence, if you wanted to,
lean in and go for a kiss.
Lean in farther and kiss them, yeah, very easily. And then if you go watch the episode again and you see how she was positioned, she was back far enough where it'd be very hard for him to do it. But normally you're definitely close. Usually you have your face above their knees, and anybody can sit up far enough to get their face above their knees as well. So she was a foot back. She's smart. Maybe she knew. But that's what I think.
Maybe this is a common move for the shacho.
Maybe, because that seems very likely. And then he noticed she's too far away, so I think I'll do a couple more, and then she never moved, and he's like, okay, well, I guess I better just do some exercise then, so it doesn't seem really weird. Is what I think was going through his mind. I don't know, but that's my opinion.
All right, so in conclusion, the shacho is a weirdo, and
yes,
and the girl Yume is still yet to be decided if she's a weirdo or not.
Yeah, she's interesting. And she's going to Hokkaido next week, and he's going to go with her, and they're going to go to Susukino together. That's the red light district, just so you know.
So some freaky shit may go down.
Yeah, they do have, I used to live there, and they have some fantastic restaurants there too. I live really close, but that is famous for being a red light district in Sapporo.
And so he has a
So-
chance to spend a lot of money and try to impress her that way.
Yeah, there's tons and tons of places to drink. There are a lot of places to eat, and of course, there are a lot of hotels available. So I guess
Mhm.
we'll see when she goes to Hokkaido what's going to happen.
Right. Could be interesting.
Yeah,
I think it'll definitely be interesting.
it will be. Whatever happens, it'll be interesting.